Hi, SQR book reviewers. We are back at it again today, and we have a book that's been recommended by Books Village to review and share with the SQR book reviewers. It's Talking to Strangers. That's the title, by Malcolm Gladwell. There are seven topics around it that I would like to share with you. And well, the lessons I have read through and I feel are applicable in our everyday lives, it's the illusion of transparency. The author Gladwell discusses how people often overestimate their ability to interpret the thoughts and emotions of others based on outward expressions, right? So, despite our confidence in reading their body language, we frequently misjudge the true intentions or feelings of strangers that we meet every day, and this leads to misunderstandings and conflicts. Two is the default to the truth. Gladwell agrees that the concept of default to truth is where humans instincts, right? They should be followed through, and he says that it's an approach that normally facilitates social interactions, and it helps us cooperate with one another. It can also make us vulnerable to deception and manipulation by those who exploit our trust. So follow through that instinct, right? And that's just the default to the truth when talking to strangers. Three, the mismatch between our behaviors and our intentions. This book, it delves into numerous case studies, such as the Amanda Knox trial and the Jerry Sandusky scandal. Those who have seen it on Netflix, it illustrates how individuals can showcase their deceptive behavior, which contradicts their true intentions. This mismatch between our outward actions and our inner motives complicates our ability to accurately assess strangers' trustworthiness. Then there's the transparency versus opacity when we meet with strangers. Malcolm says that we should examine how cultural differences and societal norms influence the degree of transparency and opacity. So in some cultures, people are more open and transparent, while in others, individuals may be more guarded or reserved, and this makes it challenging to decipher their true intentions. It's always very important to look into a person's culture and just their upbringing to differentiate between the transparency and opacity of a person. The impact of context. So this book, it underscores the significance of situational context in shaping human behavior and influencing our perceptions of others. Factors such as environmental cues, social dynamics, and power imbalances, this can profoundly impact how we interpret strangers' actions and their intentions. This often leads to bias or just misunderstandings towards each other. Now, the fallibility of intuition, your own intuition. Gladwell says, from his perspective, that the challenges of this notion is that we always rely and emphasize the importance of critical thinking and skepticism when assessing strangers, all right, and it's natural. So while intuition can provide us with valuable insights, it can also be influenced by our unconscious biases, our stereotypes from growing up, and our personal experiences, leading to failed judgment or quick erroneous conclusions. And lastly, he summarizes and he concludes that there are different strategies, for effective communication when you meet with these different types of strangers. Draw on your own research of psychology, sociology, and behavioral economics when communicating with strangers. There are practical strategies for improving your communication and reducing these misunderstandings, and it's on your day-to-day behavior with them and frequent communication with them. Also, include in that communication the active listening, you always asking for clarity in their questions so that they can paraphrase their questions. Seek feedback. It's always important to seek feedback from those around you and the strangers, and consider alternative perspective to enhance your empathy and understanding of human behavior. Very Critical, a book which is now a bestseller by another bestseller by Malcolm Gladwell. Find the book on Amazon. Happiness. Have a good week further. We'll touch base again next week.